The largest brown tree snake eradication effort to date is set to take place on Guam this spring. The U.S. Department of Agriculture plans to conduct a mouse drop over Andersen Air Force Base in May. Dead mice laced with acetaminophen will be dropped from helicopters over 2 forest blocks of Andersen's northwest field.
Around that area there's a fence right now. It's a brown tree snake barrier, and so we have a site where there's a population of snakes that nobody can get into. It's a controlled population. We're going to drop toxicants in that environment so that we can monitor and document the population reductions where you have no snakes moving in, and then be able to compare the population response in an area next to it where the snakes aren't bounded. So you've got this kind of free movement.
USDA Assistant State Director Dan Weiss tells PNC that the upcoming drop will be done on a much larger scale than a pilot drop that was conducted on Naval Base Guam in 2010. But he says it's still a controlled drop that required the agency to obtain a permit from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency.
This is being done in a very rigorous scientific manner. This isn't something that we've just kind of come up with by the seat of our pants. This is, well thought out, reviewed methodologies for not only the operations but also the monitoring. We want to look at impacts to non-targets, and we want to look at population responses in the snakes and other matters as well.
The $1 million mouse drop project is funded by a grant obtained through the Department of Defense. Most of the cost is due to the use of helicopters and pilots, which the USDA is still working to procure. While Weiss admits that mice drops are unlikely to completely wipe out Guam's population of brown tree snakes, he says eradication is the USDA's ultimate goal, and he's hopeful that this will be the most successful attempt to date.
Everyone working on brown tree snake have a common goal of eradicating the snake from Guam. We don't think we have the technology. I think it would be foolish to say that oral toxicants delivered via helicopter will eradicate snakes from Guam. We may eventually get to that point, and we're hopeful in HMU, where we have that fence, that we can get rid of every snake in there. But no one's ever attempted anything on this scale. To date, the largest plot that anyone's been able to get rid of snakes is only a couple of acres. We're talking 110 acres, so this is completely novel.
Betsy Brown, PNC News.